representing the Bloods.
So I'm gonna tell you a story today, and a lot of it I still can't quite explain. Is it black magic? Is it karma? Could it all just be coincidence? Maybe you can tell me. So I want you to imagine this. You're a white belt. You're very drunk, and you're on Instagram. Suddenly, your alcohol-infused martial arts brain starts to kick in. Craig would love it here. There's girls, there's parties, there's Romanian witches. So you send him a direct message. Little did Adam, the Romanian white belt, know that somewhere else in the world, at the exact same time, Craig was also drunk.
He was like, bro, I just talked to Craig Jones, let's do a seminar. And I was like, no fucking way, let's do it, obviously, bro.
We just got to Bucharest. One of our bags didn't make it.
Forget about your luggage.
They hack all your laptops. They take everything. They search everything.
Adam is definitely a bit of a madman. The largest Romanian seminar previously was 10 people.
Is that a lot for Romania?
Yeah, a fuck lot.
Adam's trying to get together 200. And thankfully, he's not gonna be doing it alone. He's got his friend Sebastian helping him. Greg spends the rest of the day on the phone trying to lock in more athletes for CJI and also jumping onto the live streams of Mo, the rival promotion ADCC's organizer, and it's super funny. And Craig just keeps pestering him with more and more irritating questions. Mo tries his best to keep his cool and pretend, look, I'm just happy that athletes are getting paid, even though clearly it's getting under his skin a bit.
I set him up with some questions first so that he would feel comfortable answering those questions, and then we hit him with some that he dodges. Where is the money going? It doesn't make sense to me, but we will find out.
Bags are in hand, Greta's in hand. After that, we explored the city a little bit, walking around, and I remember thinking, what a cool, interesting little place Romania is, but also, right here in Bucharest, it's a bit of a weird energy in the air. Later that night, me and Craig were both pretty jet-lagged and exhausted, so we both went to bed, and then get a notification on our phones that Mo is live on IG again. So I'm like, oh, Craig's gonna wake up for this. So I go in his room and check, and lo and behold, he is awake, and he's trolling Mo a little bit, but this time, Mo loses it.
Craig, you're the last person ever to talk about transparency.
He goes crazy at Craig, and clearly, the Craig's tournament and the way Craig has been pushing it and the traction it's getting is really bothering Mo. And so I was like, oh shit, I ran to the other room, I got the big camera, I came back, I'm trying to watch the live on my phone, I'm trying to film Craig at the same time, I'm still half asleep, and the whole thing was pretty wild to witness. Mo was bringing a lot of negative energy to the situation, and it was super awkward. And I don't think he realized that Romanian witches can use that shit against you.
What do we have here? Actually, that's better if we pull half of it off.
So we have two goals for today. First is figure out how to contact the witches. Do we have to follow a black cat? Do we have to chant? Is it a blood sacrifice? I have honestly no idea. Second goal is to train some jiu-jitsu and get Craig warmed up for the seminar. So we head to Daos Jiujitsu, a small gym conveniently located right next to a nuclear power plant. And I could feel this energy of nervousness and excitement as Craig walked into that place, some A-list celebrity had walked into this gym for the first time. Adam, for some reason, looked frustrated that Craig could beat him up.
I feel like for Adam, he doesn't like Craig because of his jiu-jitsu. He likes him because of his personality.
Sebastian is a whole different vibe. Humble, nervous.
I liked him way before he was known for his personality. I like him because of his jiu-jitsu mainly,
You can see and feel how much Craig visiting means to him.
Even when I hanged out with him, I asked him a lot of jiu-jitsu questions,
We grabbed some breakfast after, and I come in with a bit of nervous energy, honestly, because I really wanted to film with these witches. One politician in 2019 pissed off one of the witches that we're trying to see. So the next day, she went to his office, I think it was a government office, and apparently she took this black liquor substance and threw it all over the wall. And then the next day, out of nowhere, the guy was sentenced to jail. So I turned to Sebastian, I'm like, how do we contact them? And so he looks down, processes deeply for a second, and then looks at me and he says, I will DM them on Instagram. Apparently these witches have Instagram, and he DM'd them and they responded within seconds, and we were locked. We're gonna be shooting with these witches tomorrow.
Just had a bit of a quick power nap. Need to do some editing now.
To be completely honest, like, something had been weighing on me these 2 weeks traveling with Craig. In fact, it had been weighing on me since I agreed to go on the road with him. We're headed to the Ukraine next, right? And I know how hard that must have been, like, on my partner. Like, she was at home worrying about it. And the border situation, because it's an active war zone, changes all the time, which means we kind of know how we're gonna get in. Like, we have no idea how or when we're gonna be able to get out.
The combination of we being gone plus not having a specific return date is hard on Bella.
It's gonna be agonizing for her when we're in there. And I know that, like, she supported me and wanted me to do this for my own experience, even though it was gonna be torture for her. And I was feeling it, you know, I was feeling it this whole time.
Yep. Yo, I stayed up editing till 2 a.m. I'm trying to get the New York vlog out. Gonna sleep a few hours, and then tomorrow we go film with some witches.
So the next day was our day with the witches, which obviously we were super excited about. You'll notice as the series goes on that I end up becoming very comfortable just editing in all sorts of weird locations. And usually while I'm editing, Craig is working very hard on, let's call it, meditation. And I don't know why I was surprised, but the second we pulled up, the witches were already waiting outside for us. Like, of course they could sense when we were coming, right? Now I want to point out 2 concerns I had at this stage. Number 1, I didn't want the witches to feel disrespected in any way. I wanted to really document and capture the situation. Like, I was genuinely curious. Number 2, Craig somehow, within minutes of arriving, had fallen like madly in love with one of the witches. And I know he has a soft spot for Eastern European women that can ruin men's lives, but like, this happened way too quickly. I was thinking my way through it in the moment, and I remember recalling like, oh, he took some medication to help him get through this experience, so maybe it was just a side effect. So on one hand, I've got these witches that can curse me into oblivion. And on the other hand, I've got this idiot who's in love. Adam and Sebastian help translate for us where we're coming from, and we're very curious. And they explain to us that like they've been doing this from generation to generation, like they pass it down to each other. And you know, the modern times they use social media and stuff like that, but a lot of the techniques they use have been proven like decade after decade, hundreds of years. And I don't know if it was like having all those dark-haired daughters lined up or the gold Rolex presidential watch she was wearing, but the mom started to give me like almost like a Kris Jenner vibe, like the Kris Jenner of witches. And I think Craig, obviously thinking he's Kanye, fell in love with her Kim. As a test, we show them a photo of Gordon Ryan and don't say anything else. And like, they look at it and then they start having a conversation in that dialect, and it's a pretty heated conversation. And we're like, what are they gonna be able to gather from just this photo? He has so much negativity, it probably affects his body in ways science can't even diagnose. Like, something's wrong with that guy. And Craig immediately was like, these women are brilliant. They know exactly what they're talking about. It's starting to get a bit dark. Let's turn on some lights, shall we? All right, welcome to After Hours at Rohit Wonder over here. So clearly the witches pass the first test with flying colors, and so we explained to them the situation between CJI and ADCC, and we asked them earnestly, like, can you help us? Would you be willing to help us? They just tend to use unnecessary negativity people put out in the world, like, against them. So yes, they will help us. They will help us put a spell on our many negative enemies today. So they prepare Craig for the ceremony, and we go through all these different rituals. There's chanting, they burn things, they drop candle wax on Craig. Then they go outside where there's tons of fire on this barbecue and they just melt metal and stuff. There are altars, there are tributes, there are tokens. They use these cards to check on Craig's near future and make sure the tournament is gonna be a big success. Then we head outside because it's time to perform the ritual on the negative enemies. They say this will have some effects on them within 48 hours and then for the long term as well. While they perform this ancient mystic ceremony, help me curse my enemies and bless this channel by hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you like, comment, all that good stuff if you feel like it. These small things go a long way in making sure YouTube recommends the videos to more people. That's it for now, back to the video. Since we drove a pretty long way to get here, after the ceremony was complete, they actually invited us into their home for a meal and to learn a bit more about their culture. The Roma is apparently Europe's largest ethnic minority, and they've been ostracized for most of their existence. During the Holocaust, I think they killed like 500,000 of them. Even in modern days, like they live on the fringes of society, and their food is a reflection of that. Poison ivy and this really simple soup. Pretty yummy, to be honest. And in the middle of sharing their history and their culture and their food, we got devastating news. Turns out Craig's dream witch woman was already married. She had already found her Kanye. Poor Craig. And after that meal with the witches, which still sounds a bit crazy coming out of my mouth, we headed back to the Airbnb and I wrapped up the edit on episode 2 of Road to CJI, which was like our New York vlog. Anything that felt draggy that you guys want to tighten up, or?
I'll probably watch it again because I'm still feeling the molly in my system, eh? The guys want to go out tonight. The guys want to go out. These guys want to go out every night. I'm just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, so police stopped me. I decided to run with the police car on my ass till the first sewage. Then stop. Yo, what's up? I didn't hear you. I was just jogging at 4 a.m.
Good seminar day to you. I did not sleep much, neither did Craig. Now I'm getting some coffees. We got a seminar in 2 hours. By the way, I traveled with Joseph, I traveled with Craig. I get a lot less sleep with Craig.
It works! We arrive at the first day of the seminars, and much to our surprise, there's a lot of people. We are here at the seminar. I'm already sweating. It's 200-something people. Craig teaches octopus guard, and the crowd is really into it. You know, he puts on a show for them, and he does Q&A. Then he rolls with a bunch of people, and that's really fun. No one gets injured today. That's gonna happen tomorrow. Met some fans of the YouTube channel as well. I love you, brother. I love you too, man. Craig is still hungover, but looking like he's in a groove. The autograph stuff, and then he takes photos with every single person who asks for one. I mean, sometimes I'm there for 45 minutes just helping take photos. You happy? I enjoyed, brother. Thank you very much. Hope you. No worries, man. First day of seminars probably couldn't have gone better. And we got back home to a very coincidental gift. Friend of ADCC, Nicholas Meregali, wished his long-term girlfriend a very happy birthday online. Happy 19. He tagged her Instagram. So a lot of people went there and noticed a bunch of photos that he liked from when she was 16. And he would have been 28 at the time. So in his second consecutive act of infinite wisdom, he decided to jump on Instagram Live.
First of all, she has more money than me. Like, how can I groom in her?
It was a completely legal move.
She grew up with so many sisters older than her. How can you guys come in here and say it's wrong? It's not wrong. Like, look at the comments. You still have time to delete these. He's just a Brazilian who picks up 16 years old. Bro, the direction the world is going is completely wrong.
People are dating old women.
Nicholas gets absolutely decimated, and he's such a bizarre dude. He tries to leave in, I think, what he thinks is the coolest way possible, which is doing this. He just looked so lost and incompetent.
I feel bad for him, man.
These guys need like publicists and all this other things.
Oh my god.
Therapists, publicists.
Take care.
You need to realize I'm not Mo. You have attacked my work and shit all over everything I've done the past 5 years. If you attack me, my family, or my wife, like you cunts are doing to Mo, I will fucking kill you. I'm not saying this lightly. I'm telling you, I will end your fucking life.
The second day, again, is super fun and has really positive vibes. Except when it comes to the rolling rounds. I remember Craig had a footlock on one dude and seemed to break it, and the guy just refused to tap. I have no idea why. And then Craig tells the crowd, like, guys, you gotta tap quicker. And the very next round, Craig slowly applies a footlock. It's like, remember, it's like 6 to 8 seconds, and the guy still didn't tap. And the pop was so loud, everyone could hear it. And the dude just hobbles off. And just like that, not only had he pulled off his fuck-ton seminar, Adam, the Romanian white belt, was no more. He was now Romania's first and only Craig Jones blue belt. And it's interesting. I knew this visit would have an impact on Sebastian. You could just feel it. But what I couldn't know at the time was like how it would impact him.
I don't know how to explain, but every time after I meet somebody of this caliber, like just after hanging out with them, I feel like my jiu-jitsu is better. I don't know how the fuck this works. Stealing from their aura. So I just went to visit Banditos, just being able to train in such a good room for like 1 week. And I was having calls with my girlfriend at night, and I was telling her, and she could hear the excitement in my voice. And after the first week, she was like, hey man, if you're not sacrificing everything for this and moving to London, I'll break up with you, because I could hear like your excitement. And even if we don't have enough money to go there together and whatever, just go there and, you know, like pursue your dream, because you will regret it later. And I was like, oh fuck, she's right. Let me do this shit. Yeah, and I think it was the best decision ever, to be fair. Everywhere I traveled in the world after that thing, everybody knew me. Everybody was mentioning the witches, so that was also fun.
Should we have the sunglasses on again? Face is fucked up from the seminar. Woke up this morning. I could do a better take. I'm not saying this lightly. I will end your fucking... How good is this one? I don't know what's going on here, but we woke up bright and early this morning to this lovely message from Seth Daniels, ADCC organizer. You might know him best for his fireworks displays or his brilliant ability to play the bongo. But he's saying, I'm not saying this lightly, I'm telling you, I will end your fucking life. Guys, you might be a bit upset, that seems a bit passive aggressive for 4:37 in the morning. Give me your thoughts below. They'd rather pay hitmen than fucking pay their athletes.
I don't know if it's the high from the seminars, the reels, the stuff we shot. Our New York vlog is actually doing really well, or the fact that like, okay, the hard part of the trip is behind us, but as soon as I'm feeling like I can finally relax, I get a call from Craig. Like, yo, get over here. We need you immediately.
I got a meeting with Craig here at a hotel. He told me to rush over because he says there's an urgent call I have to film. I don't know what this is about, but I'm here.
So I rush upstairs to an elated Craig and start filming before I even make it through the door. And now I want to emphasize all of these things I'm about to mention happened within the last 48 hours. Seth Daniels has been fired from ADCC. He actually sent an angry message to Craig to tell him and then deleted his social media. Seth, by the way, might now be back working for ADCC, like on the down low. They like keeping criminals around. We already covered our friend Meregali Epstein, who in the last 48 hours ends up looking like a complete out of touch jackass. And I think like less than a couple of months later, he horribly injures his shoulder. Our buddy Mo, in the last 48 hours, not only had to start paying people under the table just to stay at his organization, today he had to finally cave and give athletes some form of show money and fully match men and women's pay, which must have been somehow very difficult for him emotionally to do. And last but not least, Gordon. Oh, Gordon. Yes, in the coming months, he loses all his dignity to a man who grapples in socks. Yes, his wife gets arrested. His president betrays him. He's forced to retire. But all of that's still coming. All that's still down the road. What did the witches conjure up for him? The lord of all negativity in these 48 hours? Not only does someone suddenly, out of the blue, call Craig to offer him Gordon's beloved, gay, little Miata. When the seller gets cold feet, maybe his gym will get upset at him or something. It's a Renzo Gracie gym. Craig calls Renzo Gracie, and Renzo Gracie tells the seller to do the right thing and sell Craig Gordon's car. You know, I don't know what all of that was in the last 48 hours. Was it black magic? It can't all be coincidence, right? Is it karma? Maybe you guys can tell me. In the next episode, we start our journey through Ukraine. Craig gets ambushed at a seminar, and the war with ADCC suffers its biggest casualty. If you enjoyed this video and want some more, YouTube recommends these ones right here. Love you guys. Bye.